Hey everybody. So if you're watching the rebroadcast of this, just go ahead and give me some hearts if you like it. Hey Adrena. Um, so yeah, guys, I'm gonna try. Hey everybody. Hey the Jason Hodge. I'm warm because I'm under some lights. Hi Michelle. I haven't even gotten started yet, guys, but I just wanted to make sure you were going to be able to see. So if I'm going to be moving my phone around because I don't have the little the little thing. So I hope that y'all will be able to see. So if y'all will bear with me while I get this camera angle together so y'all can see what I'm doing. Thank you already for the hearts. If you guys want to invite anybody, that would be great. I'm just gonna make a quick soup, and I figured I'd come on and share it with you guys. So let's hope that I can get this camera angle to stay. So can you guys see my cutting board okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. You may not see my face the whole time, okay? But I'm making a really simple soup that I've made many times before, and it's pretty simple. It's just got some fresh garlic, some Yukon Gold potatoes, spicy Italian sausage, some onions. Hello everybody. I can't necessarily see your name because of the angle of my camera, of my phone, but know that you're there. It's got some herbs in it. I'm gonna garnish it with a little bit of baby kale. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. And I'm gonna put some Parmesan, red pepper flakes, little chicken stock, and some heavy cream. Nice, I know, right? So basically, guys, I have my pot already preheating here because I always like to start with a hot pot. There's nothing in it. There's no oil. You always want to heat the pot first, and then you want to add your fat to it, okay? So as you can see, this is getting pretty hot. I'm using grapeseed oil. Late to the party. I just started, so you're totally okay, Jana. Yay for the new place. I know. So I'm using grapeseed oil. Once this gets hot, and I can feel it, then I'm gonna go in with the oil. You don't want to go early. I'm gonna wave at you guys every now and again. And then I've also got my bulk spicy Italian sausage here that's at room temperature, okay? So you always want to have your proteins at room temperature. And if you guys are enjoying these tips, let me know by giving me some hearts and tapping the screen. So we're gonna go into the pot. There is no recipe, okay? I just made this up. My pan is hot here, so I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of grapeseed oil. You put your finger to check the temperature. No, I'm just waving my hand in here like this to make sure I feel the heat, because when you feel the heat on the edges, that's just the ambient heat, okay? But when I put my hand in the middle, I want to make sure that it's hot in the middle, okay? So, and guys, if you want to invite some of your friends to our cooking party, please do. But this is nice and hot, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of grapeseed oil, okay? I'm not using olive oil because olive oil is for finishing only. Rachel Ray lied to y'all, okay? So I'm just going to swirl that around. You can't really see it. We'll get into that sooner. You can see it's hot. I'm going right in with my spicy Italian sausage. Y'all hear that? So the sausage is in there, okay? What kind of soup? I just made it up. It's like a spicy Italian potato soup. So I'm just gonna break this up, and I want it to get brown, okay? So I'm gonna let that hang out. Y'all, we gonna come over here and we gonna cut some veg, okay? So boom. Got some garlic here. See if y'all can see that. Just fresh garlic peeled, okay? And these little ends right here, you always want to take that off because it's not tasty. So I'm just going to take my knife, take that little end off. Oops, I dropped it. Don't worry about that, okay? Take that off. It's not good. And here's the thing about garlic. I could mince this if I wanted to, okay? Or I could slice it or throw it in whole or put it in a garlic press. But when you're cooking with garlic, the smaller you make it, the stronger it is, okay? So I just want a nice medium-bodied flavor to the garlic because I don't want to overpower it. I don't want it to be garlic soup, so I'm just going to slice it thinly, okay? So all I'm gonna do, can you guys see this? I don't know if this is the best angle for you to see, but I'm just gonna slice it thinly. You should be able to see this, just nice and thin, just like that. Okay, and if I get to the point where I feel like I can't hold it, I'm just gonna slip it on this side, nice and thin. Okay, can y'all see that? Let me know, give me a yes if you can see that. Okay, yep, we can see clearly. Lovely. I'm working with my new kitchen, you guys, so you have to bear with me as I'm trying to go through this and do my first cooking scope here. Okay, so if you don't chopping like a boss, yes, thank you. So that's it, nice and thin. If you don't like a lot of garlic, you don't have to, but since it's like cold and flu season, thank you guys for inviting your followers. Thank you so much. Since it's like cold and flu season, garlic is a great antiviral, antibacterial, all that kind of stuff. So, and I just like the flavor of garlic. Okay, so we've got our sausage going over there. Our onion is already diced because I wasn't trying to be on the camera crying in front of y'all. But one day I'll do a scope about how not to cry when chopping the onion. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. We got our potatoes here. These are Yukon Gold. These are really, really creamy. When you make mashed potatoes, this is the only potato you should make mashed potatoes with because it's so delicious. But you can leave the skin on. You can take it off. It's really thin. They're yellow on the inside. They're super buttery. So I like this for this soup. Yes, please do. And no Googles. Oh, I like my Googles. Okay, so let me turn this back to the pot real quick. All right. So here's the thing. This is where most people go wrong on browning their meat. I want you guys to see this. You see how I'm getting that? Oh, onion goggles. Yeah. You see how I'm getting that nice and crispy on there? When people brown their meat, the name of the potatoes is Yukon Gold. When people brown their meat or brown their sausage, they brown it to its gray. You want to get that color right there, okay? And the way you do that is, if you notice, I put it in the pan and I left it alone, okay? So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. What I'm going to do right now, I'm trying to decide, guys, if I should peel the potatoes or not peel the potatoes. What do you think? Let me know. Say yes, peel it, or no, peel it. Yes, no peeling? Nope. Okay, well, we're just going to rinse them off real good, and we're going to go with that. Give me 1 second. Going to rinse them off real nice and good. Yeah, I wish I could smell this. Unfortunately, Periscope does not have a nose. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. Oh, I missed that last comment. Okay. So I got my potatoes here. I'm going to move my garlic out of the way. All right. And I'm just going to do like a small dice, okay? So I'm just going to cut it in half, right? Cut it into quarters. And then I'm going to cut each quarter into a quarter, right? And guys, I'm just going to do like a nice, oops, I'm dropping potatoes. That's about the size. It's going to sound funny, but I'm really liking, so I can't read that. Oh, you can't see the potatoes. Okay, I'm sorry. Doop, doop. There we go. Yeah, I got excited. All right, so if there's somebody crazy, I can't block them right now because I'm trying to cook, okay, and I'm hungry, so he gonna be all right. Anyway, I'm just chopping these up, right? You see about the size of the potatoes that I'm doing? It's about this size. Okay, about that size, if you guys can see that, okay. That's what I like. That's a good size for a spoon. So, let's go back to our sausage real quick. I want you to see how I just left it in the pan, and now I'm about to break it up and flip it over, okay. So, I'm going to turn my vent fan on, real quick. I need something a little bit more aggressive. All right. So I'm just breaking this up, guys. And I want you to see, look how brown that is. What kind of meat is that? It's spicy Italian buck sausage. So this is pork. Okay, but if you don't like pork, you could do a spicy chicken sausage. Yeah, absolutely. You can do a spicy chicken sausage. But look at all that. This is called fond. F-O-N-D. That's all your flavor, right? So I'm just going to break this up. breaking it up. I know you guys can't see it. Okay. And it's releasing some fat in here. This is where you start to get the flavor. Most people like brown their onions and stuff first. I'm like, no, don't do that. Okay. So breaking up the meat. It's looking delicious. You can't see it, but it's released a substantial amount of fat in there. That's what I'm going to cook my onions in. Okay. So that's all broken up. Turn the heat back up. Onions. This is just regular yellow onion going right in here. Okay. However much or little you like. I like a pretty decent amount of onions. So I'll cook those down. And all I'm doing is coating them in the fat. Guys, does that look good to you so far? It looks good to me. If it looks good to you, give me some hearts or something. Let me know you're enjoying what's going on here. So that's the pretty much the base of our soup, okay? So we're cooking that. And then I'm making a seafood chowder tomorrow. Awesome. Okay? Yes. Now I'm going in with some crushed red pepper flakes. This is optional. I like it spicy. Obviously, I'm not going to use all of this. Okay? I'm also using spicy Italian sausage. You don't have to add the red pepper flakes, and you don't have to use spicy. Okay? Seems like I can smell it. I know, right? So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Just because I like a little bit of kick. And metabolism. Turn this down a little bit. Y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at the onions. Yes, okay. It's so good. All right, so let's finish our potatoes. All right, let's get these chopped up while we're waiting on that to cook down, all right? So, I can't believe I let y'all talk me into not peeling these potatoes, but it's all good. You know, I normally like my skins off, all right? Can you guys see me okay? Can you see me cutting the potatoes? Lovely. I need to get one of those little tripod things for your phone, for when you're cooking on Periscope. Yes, thank you guys so much. All right, let's get these chopped up. And I may have picked too small of a pot, but that's all right. You live and you learn. And guys, if I miss your question, skin on is so good. It is. It's healthier for you too. Sometimes it's just a texture thing. If I miss your question, that's obviously because I'm trying to watch what I'm doing with the knife. So please type it in if I miss it. But like I said, you could add, you don't have to do potatoes. You could add pasta to this soup. You could do noodles. You could do rice, okay? You could do orzo. You could do a couple of different things with this. But it's just a really simple base. I mean, the thing that inspired me to make this soup was that Olive Garden has a soup, I think, that's similar to this. I haven't been to Olive Garden in years, but this reminds me of it. So, actually, this is going to make a pretty decent amount of soup. I think that's about as much potato as I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that last potato for something else. Would chorizo work with this? Yes. You could do, check this out. You could do chorizo. Oh, you could do chorizo, turn around, put sweet potatoes in it, cilantro, a little bit of orange chipotle, and then make it like a Mexican style soup. Okay? So yes, you could absolutely do chorizo. Alright. So, and the reason why, guys, oh my god, that sounds good. Thanks, exactly. The reason why I waited to the end to do my potatoes is obviously they're gonna oxidize. Yum, yum. Exactly. When you kind of get the base, when you kind of get the, I'm sweating. When you kind of get the base for a broth soup, then you understand how to build the flavors, right? So since chorizo is Mexican or Latin American inspired, okay, then you want to go with those flavors. So guys, now I'm going to take my garlic, right, and I'm going to go right into the pot. And I just want to cook it until I can smell it, right, because we don't want it to burn. They will thicken your soup. Yes, absolutely. It will thicken your soup as you cook. That's why you see there's no flour, there's no roux in here. Look at all that beautiful brown. That's not burnt, that's flavor, baby. Look at this. Okay, oh, I can smell the garlic. Okay, so now I'm just breaking up the sausage some more because I want it to be all throughout the soup. Okay. And I'm going to turn that on low. So right now, we've got the sausage in here, the onions in here, the red pepper flakes in here, and the garlic in here, right? So this is a great base. Great base. All that flavor. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go in with some chicken stock, okay? Chicken stock or broth. Chicken stock has a stronger flavor. This is the chicken stock brand I'm using. You don't have to use this brand, okay? But this is the brand that I'm using. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. I want to turn it up because I want that chicken stock to get up all of that, all those brown bits on the bottom. We want that chicken stock to pull all of that up, okay? So, breaking this up a little bit. See, I've got my pan on high here, or my pot rather. And let me know if this is your first time cooking with me ever. Let me know. Oh, you love this? Thank you so much. All right, guys, chicken stock in. Look at the steam. Yes, 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 yes. All right, and the reason why I turned my heat back up is because I'm going in with a liquid that's going to drop the temperature, okay? So I finished off one of these. Chicken stock is really, really strong, so I'm going to finish the rest with a little bit of water, okay? Excuse me. Just a little bit. I normally don't do soups with water, but chicken stock is really, really strong. So I'm going to put that in there. If you were just doing chicken broth, okay, then you could just do chicken broth. Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. If you were just doing chicken broth, but chicken stock is so much stronger. Do you guys know the difference between stock and broth? Let me know if you know the difference between stock and broth, okay? If not, I will tell you. All right, so I'm going to kneel down here for a second so y'all can see me. Woo, your girl is sweating, okay? Can I pat my face? Is that wrong to do? So, the difference between chicken stock and chicken broth, or broth and stock in general, is that broth is made with the meat of the animal, right? So if you hear beef broth or chicken broth, it's made with just the meat, okay? And it's usually thinner and lighter. When you talk about stock, it's made with the bones of the animal, which is a lot more flavor. It gets kind of gelatinous. The body is heavier, so you have a lot more flavor there. So I usually opt for chicken stock or beef stock above everything else. And if I absolutely can't get it, then I'll do broth. But then I'll do something called fortifying the broth, which is I'll add meat to it to build up some body, okay? And that's for another time. So fortifying the broth is a completely different video. But yes, bone broth, okay, let me let me give you my thoughts on bone broth, right? Oh good, I'm glad you guys like to know. My thoughts on bone broth are this. It's a marketing technique, okay? It's always been called stock, okay, since the beginning of time. And now all of a sudden it's bone broth, and it's like, no, boo, it's stock. They just, yeah. Anyway, I could be wrong, but I don't think that I am. Okay, so we're going to BTB, which means brings this to a boil. Semantics, exactly. All right, but they charge more for bone broth. All right, we're going to go in with a little bit more liquid. Not much, because we're going to end up adding heavy cream to it. Just another fad diet, bone broth, exactly. Good evening. So, right now, this is kind of heavy now. You can see we've got it all in there. We're going to bring it to a boil. BTB. Now, I left some garlic out, so I'm going to put the garlic in here. And that's all right. Okay. These are our potatoes. I want to show you something that a lot of people don't do. So I have some Parmesan here, just a wedge of Parmesan that I use during the holidays. You see this rind on here that most people don't eat, you know, that kind of goes to about right there. Watch this, boos. If you know what I'm going to do, don't tell the people. I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to cut this rind off. It's really, really thick. And watch this. Doop, doop, doop. Right into the pot. Hashtag Flavor City, okay? We're going to pull that out at the end, but that's going to be delicious. That's going to add some flavor to our soup. People don't know, we don't waste around these parts, okay? All right, so we're gonna bring that to a boil. BTB, full of flavor. Yes, waste not, want not. Okay, you can do this to your pasta sauces, to your soups. Okay, to your regular sauces. If you got something that you're gonna garnish with Parmesan and it has a broth or a liquid or something like that, go ahead and throw that rind in it. You're gonna throw it away anyway. All right, so let's get some herbs going. We're gonna slide the potatoes over. Let us get some herbs going. Okay. Ooh, that's hot by my arm now. Quit playing. So I've got some thyme here. Parsley is gonna be from garnish, but then I've also got some oregano. So I'm kind of keeping with the Italian theme, right? Thank you guys for the hearts. If you like fresh herbs, give your girl some hearts. So fresh oregano, repurposed for flavoring. Good idea, exactly. We got some fresh oregano here. Fresh oregano is very, very strong. If you don't like oregano, be careful though. It's heavy. It is heavy with salt. And if you notice, I haven't put any salt in there yet. So that's part. So the sausage has salt, right? And that rind has salt. So I may not, when we get to the end, may not have to put salt in it. But that is absolutely a good point. Okay. So I've got my oregano here. If you like oregano, use it. If you don't use it. All I'm going to do, you've seen this before, to get the leaves off, is I'm just going to hold it, pull it backwards, comes right off, pull the little ends off, good to go. Same thing. Yeah, probably enough salt. Just gonna hold this, pull the leaves backwards, pull the ends off. All right. I was gonna do this earlier today, but then I got distracted. So forgive me for the late night scope, but it's soup. It finally got cold here in Texas after all of the crazy tornadoes and whatnot. But and guys, here's the thing. I'm not measuring, right? If any of you guys took my online cooking class this summer, you know I'm not a big fan. Good evening. I'm not a big fan necessarily of always cooking with the recipes. Perfect timing. So now I'm doing the same thing with the thyme. Okay, thank you for inviting your followers. Thank you so much. That lets me know that you guys enjoy it. Make me feel good on my cooking scope. It's been a rainy day in ATL, so this soup is perfect. Exactly. So guys, I'm just pulling these herbs off here, however many you want. You just don't want the stems in there. See, I clean it and just take it all off of there. I don't want a whole lot of thyme because that's not really the flavor I'm going for. So I just want a little bit. We're going to get it in there and then we're going to get to chopping this up. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're going to slide that over. And I'm just going to do a rough chop. Now, guys, ooh, that's boiling. Turn that down a little bit. Woo! Miss, what kind of soup you are making? It's like a potato, Italian sausage, made up soup with some herbs, some onions, and some garlic. I'll go through it again. But it is boiling right now, so we're going to turn that down. Here's how I like to do my herbs. A lot of people do the chasing around the cutting board method. I don't really like to do that. I like to take my herbs. Here we go. I'm going to take my herbs, okay. I'm going to ball them up as small as I can in a little ball like this. I can't tell if y'all can see that or not. In a ball like that. All right. Take my knife and I'm just going to rough chop right through, and that way I'm not like chasing it around the cutting board, right? Just real quick. Okay, I don't need to do all of this. I don't need to do all of that, right? If I want to come back one more time to get it nice and small, I can. Okay, done. I'm not all over the board. So our soup has come to a boil. I lived in Carrollton many years ago, maybe going back soon. Carrollton, Texas, that's where I live. Okay, soup is boiling, as you guys can see. Potatoes are going in. Potatoes are going in. Don't burn yourself, Evelyn. Okay. This could almost, if you made it thicker, could almost be like a stew or a chowder, if you wanted it to be. Oh, your children were born in Texas. Lovely. What part? Was that Carrollton that you were talking about? All right, so potatoes are going in. We're going to bring the temperature back up because we're putting something in that's dropping the temperature. Okay, so that's how you control your heat, guys. You know, you want to bring something to a boil. I know my arm's all in the way. You want to bring something to a boil, but then if you're going to add something that's going to lower the temperature, you want to turn the temperature back up. This is where a lot of people go wrong. Now, these potatoes are going to break down a little bit, and that's okay because I want them to thicken the soup, because typically when you're cooking with potatoes, okay, let me turn this back up. Typically when you're cooking with potatoes and you're going to put them in a liquid, you would usually want to start them in room temperature or cold water. And the reason why you want to do that, I am really sweating, y'all. Y'all know I love y'all because these lights, I'm sweating. But the reason why you want to start them in room temperature or cold water is because you really want them to cook evenly. Oh, I missed your comment. Yes, and you listen to Irving. Okay. You really want them to cook evenly, meaning you want them to all come up at temperature at the same time. If you put them in hot water like I'm doing right now, okay, then what happens is they get mushy on the outside, okay? They get mushy on the outside before they get cooked on the inside. I'm okay with that this time because I want a little bit of that mushiness to thicken it up, since this is a broth-based soup, okay? So, it's cooking in the pot. Right. Got that going. Now, what I would suggest to you is, during this time, before it comes to a boil, great tips. I dislike mushy potatoes. Exactly. Before it fully comes to a boil, I want you guys to see this. Let me turn this down a little bit. You can see the fat floating on the top, right? This is the perfect time to skim that off. Okay, so all I'm going to do is take my spoon. I've got my little container here that have my water in it. Do you mash when they're done? No, I don't. Because I like the chunks. All I'm going to do is take my spoon and get rid of some of that fat that was on there, right? So we used the fat for what we needed it to. Thank you for the hearts. We used the fat for what we needed to use it for, but now we don't need it anymore. Okay, and particularly since we're going to be going in with some heavy cream at the end and some Parmesan cheese. So I'm just skimming the fat off. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. That let me know you're enjoying it. It lets me know you appreciate that your girl is up here sweating. Okay? Alright, so we're skimming the fat off. There's actually a technical term for this. Sending hearts. Thank you so much. There's actually a technical term for this, but you'll never hear anybody use it. Remember to reset after 500. Oh, okay. The technical term for what I'm doing is actually called dépoulage. It's like when you're skimming the fat off of something. But, I mean, that's like classical French. You're never going to hear people say that in the actual kitchen. So anyway, I pulled the majority of that fat off. Right? And now I'm just going to cook this until the potatoes are cooked through. Okay? So while we're waiting on the potatoes, no, there's no recipe. I'm sorry. This was just like off the cuff, right? But I have a similar recipe that I did years ago on YouTube called a spicy chicken and white bean soup, where I did something very similar to this with chicken sausage and white beans instead of pork sausage and potatoes. And that's on youtube.com/ChefEvelyn TV. And there's an attached recipe to that. So we got our herbs chilling here. Soup is boiling. Now I want to make this a little healthy. Okay? So I've got some baby kale here, right, that I had left over for a salad that I did for Christmas. So I'm just going to take this out. I'm losing leaves, people. And I'm going to kind of do this like a pozole, where you have all different types of garnishes. But I'm only going to have one garnish, and it's going to be this kale. Alright? So, somebody earlier said chiffonade. You would be absolutely correct. If you can see that, I'm stacking up leaves real quick. And some of them have like big stems, so I'm just going to take that off, move that out the way. Thank you guys for the hearts. It's so sweet of you. I'm sorry I can't share any soup with you. I would if I could, but you know, y'all want to be out of town. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be far away. I don't know what to do. All right. So stacking it up. If you can see that. There we go. Rolling it up like a burrito as much as you can. If you need a taste tester, exactly. And now, all I'm going to do is just go through ever so thinly and just make chiffonade. All it means is ribbons, okay? That's all it means. Boom. This is beautiful. Look at this. That's going to go right on top of my soup, right, to give it some vegetation. All right. Hold on, guys. I'm going to dab my face. Not like the dance, because I'm hot. 1 second. All right. So, you see this? Y'all see this sweat? That's real life. Okay? I'm cooking for real over here. Okay? Cooking for real. All right. Now, it's boiling over here. I need to turn the air on because I'm dying. Yes, I am kneeling on the floor in the kitchen. Real mess. Yes. Okay. Kneeling on the floor in the kitchen to do this. And let me take a sip of water. We appreciate it. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Soup's are boiling. As soon as the potatoes done, realness, autocorrect. Oh. Realness, autocorrect. Girl, I know that autocorrect be getting me too. All right, so we got some water going. So, we've got our herbs here. I do too, I hate it. We got our herbs here. We got this. Parmesan, okay. Microplane at the end. Got my bowl right here ready to go. All right. So, oh, while we're waiting for that to boil, and I may have to come back and do a second scope depending on how long it takes to potato. I just got herbs on my forehead. All right, what I wanted to tell you guys is that starting January 10th, I'm doing a free challenge called the Eat Out at Home Challenge. It's like a 7-day cooking at home challenge, because I know for the new year a lot of people want to cook at home more, and sometimes you just need inspiration and a jump start. It's completely free, but it's something I've been wanting to do a long time. A lot of people are doing healthy eating challenges. A lot of people are doing all kinds of stuff, but what I have realized is I can eat healthy when I cook at home. That's not my issue. My issue is cooking at home. Okay, so awesome concept. Thank you so much. Yes, if you're not on my email list, then you want to get on it, because that's where I'm going to be sending out the information to you guys. If you don't follow me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, yes, me too, and original, which is a rarity nowadays. Exactly, right? I'm like, there's plenty of people doing, okay, let's do a cleanse, let's do a fast, let's whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm doing something that I need to do, which I thought you guys might enjoy. So, like I said, be on the lookout for that for January 10th. But I did want to give you guys a heads up. And I'll be giving some recipes and some inspiration and some tips on how to cook at home more as we journey together. If you're not on my email list, you're going to want to get on it, because that's where I'm going to send out the information, like I said before. And if you're not following me on my other social media channels, that's where I'm going to be posting what I'm going to be cooking, and updates on the challenge. And for the people who participate full out, I am going to be giving away a prize, but I'm not going to tell you what the prize is yet, okay? Just because I need people to keep me on my toes while I'm keeping y'all on y'all toes. But I will be giving a prize, and let's just say it's a personalized prize from your girl, Chef Evelyn. Okay, let's check on this soup. Oh, thank you, Adrena. Thank you so much for posting that. Let's take a look here. I know our potatoes aren't done, but I don't want to bore you guys. Oh, I want to show you the Parmesan piece. Look at it. Can you see that? That's the piece of Parmesan rind we put in there. The soup is actually looking really, really good. Can y'all see that? We're almost there on the potatoes. Let me know. Do you guys want to keep watching right now, or do you want me to pause and we'll come back and finish it up? ChefEvelyn is ChefEvelyn.com. Thank you so much. Do you guys want to keep watching, or do you want to pause and we'll come right back forward? Keep going. Okay, we'll keep going. So, while this is cooking, tell me, what questions do you have for me? Cooking questions, things like that. I'm going to hold the phone right now since I can do that. Because the potatoes are almost done. I got it all on my sweater. This is real life cooking, okay? If anybody knows of a good tabletop tripod or tripod that holds your cell phone, that would be awesome, because I want to do more cooking scopes. Ever consider a knife sharpening demo on Periscope? I actually have my knives professionally sharpened, but part of the challenge, Jana, that you're making me give out secrets on, is I'm going to be doing a knife skills class. Knife skills. I will teach people how to hone their knives. I actually get my knives professionally sharpened, but just because I have so many and my knives are so expensive, I don't want to be practicing on my knives. Ooh, yes, you'll be watching that. Archon.com for tripods. Thank you so much for that. But yes, so see, Jana, you're in my head, okay, because you're giving away the secrets that I'm just gonna be tiptoeing to for the challenge. But there is going to be some knife skills in there, because that is one of the reasons why people, no, you're fine, I'm teasing you. That is one of the reasons why people sometimes don't like to cook at home, is because of the prep work. And what they don't realize is, when you don't have the, oh, am I boiling over a little bit? When you don't have the right tools for the right job, I'm sweating. I love y'all. When you don't have the right tools for the right job, it takes a lot longer. And that was probably one of the biggest things I learned when I first got in the culinary field, is you have to have the right tools for the right job. If you don't have the right tools for the right job, it's going to take you forever. And you can apply that in any area of your life. That could be in your business, that could be on your job, that could be doing makeup, doing hair, whatever. If you don't have the right tools to do the right job, it will take forever, which causes frustration, and then you're like, whatever. I just busted out a soup and was teaching it, okay, in like 20 minutes. Like, once the potatoes are done, it's done. This is not like an all-day thing. And I just made this up today, right? Because it doesn't take all day, because I have the techniques down, the basics down, and I have the right tools for the right job. Hey, everybody that's joining. The soup is on the stove, for those of you who are just joining. But you'll be able to see all the steps in the replay. But if you're enjoying it so far, you know, tell your people about me, that Evelyn is over here cooking, sweating for y'all in the late night hour. But anyway, so yeah, about the challenge. Thank you, Natural Juju, for inviting some followers. I appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for the hearts. Yeah, so I got some good stuff for y'all. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I teach cooking classes professionally. That's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. I've done it in a variety of fashions. I've done it at places like Sur La Table, if you're familiar with specialty cookware stores like Sur La Table. I've done it at gourmet grocery stores. I've done it freelance, where I used to go to people's homes and do cooking classes. I've done private lessons on Skype. I've done a 7-week live streaming course. Love Sur La Table. I know, I had so much fun when I was there. I've done a 7-week online live streaming course about learning the basic 7 cooking techniques and learning how to cook without recipes. So, you know, there's a lot of chefs out there. They cater. Some people blog. Some people are personal chefs, private chefs. Some people are restaurant and hotels. I really enjoy teaching people how to cook. And I hope you guys got a sense of that tonight, because I love to give you the tips, right? Because I could teach you a recipe all day and you'll only know how to make that recipe. But if I teach you techniques, then you can make anything. You know what I'm saying? If you agree with me, say, I hear you, Evelyn. I smell what you cooking. Do you smell what I'm cooking? It's kind of like, what's the quote? You know, if you give a man a fish, you'll feed him for the day. But if you teach him a fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. It's the same thing. And so, while I think it's great that people are out here giving recipes, because the recipes are great inspirations. Yes, the cooking essentials. Recipes are great inspirations. I smell what you're cooking, guys. They're great inspirations. And I love all of these food blogs and these people who are talking about food. And I get a lot of inspiration for them. What I don't get is a lot of technique. And that's what people know. People know, why does my chicken breast always turn out dry? Okay, so let's check on our soup because I think we might be ready. Okay, let us take a look. Get us a fork here to test the doneness of the potatoes. It's been boiling away. Oh, look at that, guys. Yeah, done. Okay, perfect. Y'all see how quick this soup was? So I'm going to turn the heat off. Okay, move that out of the way. So I've got some heavy cream here. This is optional, but I really think it makes the soup. So I'm gonna shake it up a little bit first. Remember those herbs we chopped up? Those are gonna go right into the soup, and I like to go right at the end. And so guys, the heat is off on this, but I'm putting the herbs in right at the end. Okay, one, just for some color. Two, I like it to be fairly fresh. Okay, and let me show you this soup. Let me find that Parmesan rind first before I put the cream in. Uh-oh, guys, what did I do with the Parmesan rind? Help me find it. It might have dissolved. Oh well, if I find it later, I'll just eat it. Okay, let me show you the soup. So that's our soup right now, if you can see that. So very much a broth-based soup, okay? Looking lovely, looking lovely. Potatoes are done. They didn't take but a hot second. So now, looks amazing. Thank you. Now let's get this heavy cream. Shake it up a little bit. And I just want a little bit, right? Because there's something about heavy cream that just smooths everything out. Just a smidge. Okay, that's it. And I'm going to show you what that looks like now. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. I'm glad we decided to wait because it didn't take long at all. So not quite a chowder. It's still pretty much a broth-based soup. But you see how that heavy cream just changed it just a little bit. It just kind of smooths the edges out, right? So you got that garlic in there, that spicy Italian sausage, the potatoes, the red pepper flakes, the thyme, the oregano, the chicken stock. I mean, this is just good stuff. So, shall we plate a bowl? I think we shall. Got our bowl here. We're going to switch. Let me taste it first. I got a taste for seasoning. 1 second. Let me grab a spoon. All right. Spoons on deck. Let us taste. Because remember, I have not added any salt or anything to this because we had the Italian sausage and we had the Parmesan rind there. So let's taste this. Need some salt, but besides that, it's really, really good. But not a whole lot. And you definitely get the heat. So if you don't like heat, you don't want to do that. This is kosher salt that I'm using in case somebody asks. Okay. And I'm just going to stir that around. And notice I seasoned at the end because as this was reducing while it was boiling, I don't want the salt to get too concentrated, okay? Ooh, it's got some good flavor. So, and here's also a trick. If you don't want to keep dirtying up a spoon to taste it, take a larger spoon, okay? Take a larger spoon, get a little bit of broth, put it on there. We're going to sample this. This is hot, okay? Oh yes, this is so good. Okay, so good. Just bring that back up to a boil for a quick second, a little bit more. All right, now the other thing you guys may have noticed is that I did not put black pepper in here. Okay, and one of my favorite phrases is salt and pepper aren't married, they're just really good friends. Okay. So the reason why I didn't put black pepper in here is because I already had a pepper, which was the red pepper flakes. If you choose not to use the red pepper flakes, then you can absolutely add black pepper to this if you would like to, okay? So a lot of times people are just so used to putting salt and pepper together. But here's the thing. Pepper is a spice, okay? Whereas salt is a mineral. It's a flavor enhancer. So salt is just going to make things taste more like themselves. pepper has a very distinctive flavor, whereas salt doesn't necessarily have a flavor. I don't want my peppers competing for flavor. I don't want my red pepper flake competing with my black pepper for who you're going to taste, right? So that's why I did it like that. It's totally optional. That's just my personal preference. Love, love, love this scoop. Oh, thank you so much. All right, guys, let's ladle this up and dress it up. All right. Got our bowl here. Ladle. Okay. Bring this over. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, but don't make a mess. All right, here we go. Into the bowl. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Cold winter day. Oh, I found the Parmesan rind. So guys, here's the rind. Okay, I'm just gonna sit that to the side. It's still together. All right. Ladling this soup up with our herbs, our spices, our potatoes, our sausage. Okay, a little bit more. Just a wee bit. Okay. And then we're going to take our kale that we chiffonaded or did a chiffonade on. Just like that. Right on top. And then a little bit more Parmesan. Right on that. Okay, guys, let's see if I can show this to you without burning the heck out of myself. Give me one sec. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. So good. All right, let's see here. There is the final soup, guys. So this is a potato, sausage, cream broth, spicy with kale, a little bit of Parmesan, onions, garlic. You could have put a little bit of white wine in there if you wanted to. That would have been delicious. But let's see. Let's get a spoon of this, Evelyn. Let's see what we're talking about here. Okay, let's get a spoon. Yes, looks nice and yummy. All right. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this scope. It went a little longer than I wanted it to. Oops. All right. Yes, my apartment is still in boxes, so pay no attention. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank everybody for the hearts. If you're not following me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, whatever, Google Plus. Thanks for sharing. Oh, no problem. I'm Chef Evelyn everywhere. If you want to get on my email list to get recipes and stuff, you're so welcome, Natural Juju. To get recipes, you can visit chefevelyn.com/the inside dish. Because I send out different things via email if you want that. And guys, please mark on your calendar that the Eat Out at Home Challenge starts Sunday, January the 10th. So you want to keep up with me before then, so you can get on the list to get all the information. But I'm about to tear into this soup. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Thank you for sharing it with your friends. You can catch the replay if you missed it on my catch.me account. Thank you so much, Adrena. My catch.me account also will have the replay of this video. If you're following me on Facebook or Twitter, right after the end of this broadcast, you'll see the link for the replay. So thank you guys so much. If you know a friend who would enjoy this, please send them the link to the replay. And I'll see you guys next time. Good night.